What's up everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today we're taking a look at a 2023 Chevrolet Silverado 1500. This is a ZR2 Bison, so pretty much their most off-road focused Silverado 1500. So if we go ahead and take a look at what is going to power the ZR2 as expected, and by what that badge is going to tell you, we get a naturally aspirated 6.2 liter 8-cylinder engine. It's pumping out 420 horsepower with 460 pound-feet of torque paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now this truck can tow around 9,000 pounds with payload capacity at 1,400 pounds. And if we go ahead and take a look at the styling, the Bison package is going to give it a ton of AEV parts like these steel bumpers. You're going to see skid plates on it, nice wheels, and of course the ZR2 in general has about a 2-inch lift kit. Now, up in front, we get a really cool set of LED headlights. You can see the DRL and everything right in the center. I love how the body color integrates into it. We even get a cool step on the top of the bumper, which is really neat to see. Got your ZR2 badge, huge design for all this aggressive mesh, huge openings to allow a ton of airflow, and we even get the flow tie right in the center. You can also see a cool little corner light on the grille and a little bit of body color integrated into it. And then you get that steel front bumper. Get massive metal tow hooks, LED fog lights, and then a steel skid plate down below. This does have a skid plate for the transfer case, differentials along with the fuel tank. And then if we take a look at that hood, you can see this gloss black trim piece, really cool bulges just to give it that aggressive look. And then at the side, we get a massive ZR2 logo, and then this cool set of 18-inch wheels. Really nice design with the gloss black and the off-road tire, and a little bit hard to see, but we do have piggyback reservoirs on all 4 corners for all the dampers, so really good suspension system. And then if we take a look at the side, we get a nice set of rock rails that are bolted into the cab, so they have a pretty cool design and function to them. Not quite as strong as frame sliders, however it's still going to do a great job protecting this truck off-road. You're going to see the gloss black on the door handles, a little bit of gloss black on the mirror caps with an LED light, and then a side view camera, and then more black all around these windows. Now this does have the shorter bed with a crew cab, so you have a pretty good proportion. I think overall it's a pretty good looking truck, and it does sit 2 inches higher than the standard Silverado. You're going to see that Bison logo and a sharp line all throughout the bed, and then hopefully I can get a good look back here, but you can see the design for the suspension, high clearance exhaust, and then more steel bumpers. Got your tow hooks in back, one of your badges, and the Bison's also going to give you this black vinyl. Blacked out badging back here. You can see more of the bumper design and everything. And then moving to the multi-flex tailgate, probably my favorite thing that General Motors does for their trucks. This is such a useful tailgate. As you can see, it opens up like normal. We're going to get a spray and bed liner. It says ZR2 back there as well. We have LED lights in here, a grab handle, and then also a power outlet on the far right side. We can open this up as well. Tri-fold cover, pretty lightweight and a really good function. And then to the tailgate, I love how we have a built-in bed extender, which is a really good design, especially loading longer items. And if you grab the other button, pop that, we have an area to give you better access inside your bed, or open up that bed extender, and it's now a step, which makes this super easy to use. You can load and unload motorcycles by yourself. It is so nice to use this. Now if we go ahead and close the tailgate, keeping this all out, you can also use this function, and with this all the way down, this is now a workbench if you're going to use this truck as your work truck. This is about 85 grand, so not a bad work truck for you. Closing that up now. As we move on to the interior, the red hot looks pretty sweet on this truck. And then let's check out the rear seat space. You're going to see the jet black along with the gray stone color, and this is like lime green or bright yellow. Really cool color contrast. You have like a golf ball texture on the vinyl. And then moving to the interior, this can seat 3 people back here. You do have headrests that are going to fold down for better visibility. You can also open this up and fit a pretty good amount of items in here. And then the center seat will fold down, and you get a nice armrest with some storage. You can also open this and lock it closed, and you can see just how much more storage space you're going to get. Hidden compartments down here as well to make this a super useful utility vehicle. All the storage, and then you're going to even get your air vents, heated seats and plugs, and then more cup holders. Grabbing the grab handle, hopping inside, you can somewhat use the rock rail as a step as well. And then sitting back here at 5'11", plenty of legroom, plenty of headroom. Really not a bad place to be. The seats are a little straight up, however, you got a lot of padding back here, so it's actually pretty comfortable. You have a huge armrest, nice windows, and then this will open up to give you even more airflow. And then as we hop out and head to the driver's seat, you can tell this truck is a little bit bigger than a standard Silverado. We have the smart key with the lock and unlock button, and then with the door open, of course, the same door panel. You do have memory seating, all of your controls, massive Bose audio, and then even AEV all-weather floor mats with the ZR2 badge. You have all your controls on the seats, same materials as we just saw in the back. I love all the designs, and these seats look like they have nice bolsters to it. They have a pretty sporty vibe. Your nice embroidery up on top, and a black leather steering wheel. So hopping inside, let's go ahead and fire it up. Everything will turn on. A really nice 12-inch screen roughly. And then of course the camera for the rear view mirror. But if we take a look at the steering wheel and the gauge cluster, you can use these controls to take a look at everything. And I like how you're able to adjust what you see on the screen. It is configurable. We have a progressive design. You can also go into a digital look as well, and then a clean look to make it even less busy. So if we go back to the classic design and just scroll left and right, you can see how many things you're able to adjust. So I really like how you can really configure this to be exactly what you want to see. Phone integration, navigation and audio, and then all sorts of different information that are going to come up throughout the center. So you can monitor pretty much everything within the vehicle, all the parameters and vitals, maintenance, trip, and fuel, and of course your speedometer. You have the stalk on the left side for your windshield wipers. You do have paddle shifters and then controls on the back side for volume and radio, a few more Bluetooth and audio controls, cruise control settings, your distance pacing and heated steering wheel. And then on the left side of the steering wheel, we have all your four-wheel drive controls. Your drive mode select is going to come up here, give you a pretty cool animation on that far right side. And then we have interior lighting along with your dome light for the bed. The electronic park and brake and heads-up display. And then more of this gray color with that yellow stitching. A little bit of storage back here as well. And then I love that golf ball texture. Opening that up, we have a pretty good secondary glove box. Typical glove box down below that with all the space you're going to expect. And then taking a look at the center screen. You can swipe up and down on this right side, see a few different shortcuts. We also have all this information, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, trailering settings you're able to go into. You can customize it and have set trailers as well. So pretty neat the way they've designed all that. If we go into our home screen once again, we can see a few more items. We have audio controls that'll come up, all sorts of different controls there, your navigation through Google, and then you have your phone integration as well. And then back to your trailering. Tapping this icon, it'll do the Google voice integration. So it'll see everything that I am saying right now. And then underneath the screen, you can see all these cool little toggles. We have the locking differentials, downhill assist and traction control, lane keeping and parking. And going into reverse now, you're going to see that backup camera popping up with our top-down view. We have a trailer hitch icon. Then you can take a look at your different wheels. Top-down for front and back. You also have the front view along with that rear view. Then you can see one to see what's inside your bed. Going back into park now. Underneath all of that, you're going to see your trailer braking and then physical climate controls. You can see the dual zone temperature, heated and ventilated seating, your different fan speeds and zones, two plugs on the far right side, and there is a section in here that will show you all of your climate on the screen. So it's nice to have the physical controls as well as that screen. There is a lot of storage throughout the center with two cup holders, more storage on the side, then a wireless phone charging pad right down here. More of this color material with the golf ball texture, and then quite a lot of storage space all in the center. So really nice the way they've given you all of that. Then one last look at this interior. We have your dome lights up above with the control for that sliding rear glass. And with all that said, let's go ahead and take a spin in the Bison. All right guys, so we are setting off now in the ZR2 Bison. Honestly, pretty healthy motor. This thing gets up to speed for being a full-size truck. As far as some normal things, you know, when we're just cruising in it, because we have that off-road suspension, obviously this is designed to be able to tackle off-road terrain. I'll be going off-roading in it later in the week, but on road it translates to a really smooth and comfortable drive. It really is smooth. You have a huge windshield, and I love how you can see all those contours in the hood. It's a pretty unique design just because that hood is so big, but you feel nice and high up, great view around. Mirrors all do a pretty good job as well. And I love the camera in the center. That is fantastic. Over your right shoulder, like you would expect in any pickup truck, I mean, you have pretty much amazing visibility. Seats are pretty comfortable as well. They're in a good position, lots of adjustments. Really no complaints. It's just a comfortable truck. You can sit back, relax in. Great adjustability, just feel comfortable. And when you are driving a little faster, hitting some turns, it still is a pretty competent vehicle to where it can take the turns. It feels solid. It doesn't feel all, you know, body roll and stuff like that. And it doesn't drive like a bouncy truck. It has that really comfortable suspension. Obviously, it has an upgraded suspension, and it translates to a really good on-road experience. Technology works really good as well. I like the way everything looks. It's easy to get familiar with, and it just feels like an up-to-date modern interior. You really don't have any complaints. The 10-speed utilizes the power really well. You don't really feel any shifts, and whenever you give it some gas, it seems to downshift pretty quickly, and the power is plentiful. So really good drivetrain setup overall, really no complaints, and it just drives like a nice truck. I think General Motors did a great job, especially with the new Silverado now. I mean, it really feels like a nice premium truck, and at $85,000, you know, it better be a nice place to be. Of course, the interior looks really good as well. All the tech works, cruise control, the distance pacing works really well. I think the ergonomics are pretty good too, not really hard to reach anything. You know, for being such a large truck, it's not too bad of a reach. My arm is just barely touching the screen, so that is a good touch. Now, let's hit these really bad train tracks going 30. Let's see what this is like. Super solid going down that and then going back up. So suspension, tire combination is great. And honestly, you don't hear the tires. They're an all-terrain, so they're not crazy aggressive, but it's actually a pretty smooth vehicle for the day-to-day. Can still be a good work truck with utility and a comfortable truck overall. Really no complaints. Pretty good all-around off-roader.